Alright, the boat I decided to use for my bass boat to John boat conversion is a low roughneck. This is a 1542V. The V stands for, it's got like a V hull. It's not like your traditional rounded John boat. So it actually cuts the waves a little bit better. One nice thing about this low boat is that it's actually fully welded. So it's a lot heavier than a normal John boat would be. So it actually rides a little bit in the water. The downside is you lose a bit of speed. So on the back for horsepower, you can see here I got a, like this, I think like a 1980 some Johnson 20 horse. I got the package off used Nanaimo here. The motor runs pretty good. The only things I did is I put a new carb kit in, changed out the lower unit oil, put some new plugs in it, and basically said that, just greased her up, cleaned her up. It was used in the salt, so it definitely has a little bit of wear, but it still runs perfect. So you can see the boat is pretty much, it's completely flat decked. I covered up all the seats with plywood, and we decked it all nice. We built a flat bottom floor and everything. So I'm going to go through and show you some of the features I put in. So the nice thing is this back deck actually comes off. So let's take this off here. So you can see here I have my battery, gas tank. I also have a bilge pump in here, you can see. I also have, you see that little box there? It's like a power inverter box. And it allows me to run all my accessories into there and mix it with my main power. And then I just run my power from my battery to that box. And it allows me not to have as many things run into the, right on the main battery. So I basically just got two power sources, and they power all the electronics, the battery charger, fish finders, everything. So let's move up here and I'll show you what we got in the helm of the boat. All right, for electronics, I went with the Humminbird. This is a Helix SI KVD edition, has GPS down imaging. The only difference between this Helix and the KV, or like a regular one, is the KVD's got red buttons, and it comes with a few straight king galores. Besides that, absolutely no difference. So I like this for side imaging, and then over here I got the Humminbird 959. This is just a regular mapping and 2D unit. The nice thing is I can run auto charting on this, because a lot of the lakes out here in BC, they don't have great depth charts. So like a lot of it's off, and it may be like 10-foot contours, 20-foot contours. So it's not very accurate. So I got this unit just to run auto charting. So I will run auto charting and GPS or 2D on this, and then usually side imaging or straight down imaging on this. I also put in, you can see here, I picked this Minn Kota MK330 onboard charger. It's a 3-bank, and it allows me to charge my 24-volt trolling motor plus my accessory battery, because I don't have an alternator on the motor. And I picked this thing up $60 and a bag of coffee. My buddy picked it up for me in Victoria. So that was a super sweet hookup. It's worked perfect, and I haven't had any problems. Over here, this is a little extra I put in the boat. You don't see too many other John boats doing this. Higher end boats, some of them will have it. Even some of the higher end boats don't. But one's for my LED light switch, one's for bilge. And then I also have, for the GoPro hookups or cell phones, 2 USB chargers and a cigarette lighter. So this is the same box I use for inverting my power in the back of the boat, but I took out the insides of it. It's pretty much watertight, and I just modified it and did this little install. So super clean, it's nice out of the way, and it allows me to charge GoPros all day. I put this little rail in here, and this allows me to, I can put rods down here. And the nice thing is it's super secure, so I can stand on it very easily. Now, one thing with this boat that you'll notice in this video is I don't have a ton of storage. So down here, I have like a little cutout, and it allows me to store like some paddles. I got my net in there. I wedge a life jacket in there, and then I can put under here like my soft plastic, stuff like that. So not a ton of storage, but it holds enough for 2 people. I'll show you up front here. So up front, we have a couple storage compartments. So this one here, it'll hold my tackle bag, rain gear, and maybe 1 or 2 other small things, but it's not a ton of storage, but it works well enough for what I do. The next compartment here, this is where I keep my battery. So this is a 24-volt system I have set up. I got inline fuses on it. We made a special battery box in the bottom, so these things are like rock solid, these batteries. They're not going anywhere. So My buddy from Max here in Nanaimo hooked me up with some batteries, so I put 3 of them in. These are 231 series, and then in the back for my electronics I run a 27 series. Put in like the bath style seat. I also I put a little magnet in here, so it's great for holding my pliers. You just boom, pick this up at Amazon. Things like rock solid. Works great. So if you're looking for like a magnet idea or somewhere, you can even hold lures or anything on that. But I just marine gooped her on the back, and she works perfect. Up front, we got the 578 Hummingbird. The one thing that sort of sucks is that even though I run 3 Hummingbirds, because the models aren't in the right series, I can't network them. But this one, it has down imaging. I can put the chip in there for like my Navionics or whatever. So it works well. It's a good fish finder up front. I wish though when I designed it, I should have brought this up a little higher. It would have just been a little easier to see, or maybe mounted it over here. But besides that, it works really well for what I need. I have a 74-pound thrust Minn Kota Maxim up here. And this trolling motor works really well. I got it for like $100 from my buddy. He was upgrading to the 4-track. So for me, it moves this boat at like 60%. I can do like 3 miles an hour, 3.5. So it moves her along pretty good. You also see too up here, I got, once again, another set of USBs and another 12-volt outlet. So once again, that allows me to plug in stuff up front, run the GoPro so I can get different angles, stuff like that. And these things I picked up dirt cheap on Amazon. I think they're like $10, $12. So it's a good little feature. And then I have also some wiring running down in behind there, so it keeps it nice, neat, and clean. One thing I do want to show you is on the trolling motor. I have my transducer mounted here, but I actually I didn't like the Minn Kota bracket that much. I didn't think it's got tight enough. Like I couldn't tighten it up enough for what I like. So I read online this tip where some guys put some electrical tape. So I put some electrical tape around here, and they said it also helps with interference. I don't know that for sure because I never tried this rig without the electrical tape, but so far it seems to work pretty good. So I've had good luck. So maybe if you guys get interference, try that tip. It may work for you, it may not. I'm not 100% sure. One thing I did want to show you, on the back of the boat, you can see here, I've got one of my transducers mounted. I also have one transducer mounted on the other side, but you can see I use this green cutting board. I got this from a place in town called Industrial Plastics. They make like this, I don't know, you can get like a number of different thickness of cutting boards and stuff. But the reason I went with this style setup for installing my transducer is because I put 4 screws in here. I marine gooped it, siliconed it, so like things bone dry, it doesn't leak. But the thing is, when you run inside imaging and stuff, if you're not getting the exact picture you want on your fish finder, you can move your transducer around. Well, if you don't have a board like this and you drill a hole into your boat, guess what? If you have to move it or something's wrong, you're gonna have to drill another hole, another hole, another hole. Well, with this, you can move it around. I can go from Hummingbird to another brand of fish finder down the road, whatever, and I will only ever have to drill into this. So next time you're installing your transducer, this is maybe a way to go for you. It'll save you a lot down the road, and you will only have to drill 4 holes that'll be there for pretty much ever in your boat, and you silicone them, they won't leak. But here you can keep moving this around, and you're going to put a lot of holes in your boat. This way, you only have to put the 4 to start, and you'll never have to put any more. Alright, so that was basically a quick review of my John boat to bass boat conversion. If you have any questions or anything about it, or how I did it, or like those little inverter boxes, I can show more detail on that, but they're really slick. I think you probably get them from like an automotive store, I guess. I don't exactly know what the technical name is or brand name. My buddy like just hooked me up with them and brought them. But yeah, like I say, I hope you liked the video. Remember to like and subscribe, and stay tuned. Brackish Outdoors. Be back soon.